They stole the sky from me. That's the only way I can describe it. One crisp autumn morning, I woke up to the sound of chainsaws, a brutal roar that ripped through the peaceful silence I cherished. I ran outside, my heart pounding in my chest, and saw them. My new neighbors, the ones who had just moved into the sprawling modern house uphill, were systematically butchering the ancient line of oak trees that had stood on my property for generations. These weren't just trees. They were my sanctuary, a living curtain of green that filtered the morning sun into a kaleidoscope of light on my bedroom floor. They were the guardians of my privacy, the keepers of my family's history. And now, they lay in pieces, their limbs scattered like fallen soldiers, all for the sake of an unobstructed panoramic view of the valley they believed they were entitled to. When I confronted them, a sickeningly sweet smile on their faces, they simply handed me a check. "For your trouble," they said, as if money could replace a century of life. As if a few $1,000s could mend the gaping wound they had carved into my landscape and my soul. They had trespassed, destroyed, and now they were trying to buy my silence. That was the moment something inside me hardened. It wasn't about the money. It was about the sheer arrogance, the violation. I tore up their check right in front of them, the pieces fluttering to the ground like dead leaves. They laughed, confident in their wealth and power, but they hadn't counted on one thing: my resolve. My fight began not with an axe, but with law books. I spent months buried in property law, consulting with arborists, and documenting every detail. It was a lonely, exhausting battle. My quiet life was replaced by court dates and legal jargon. They had the best lawyers money could buy, who portrayed me as a bitter, unreasonable old man clinging to a few worthless trees. But I had the truth. I presented old family photographs showing the trees as saplings, deeds that clearly marked the property lines, and expert testimony on the irreplaceable value of mature native oaks. The judge listened, his face unreadable, as I spoke not just of property, but of heritage, of the birds that nested in those branches, of the shade that cooled my home in the summer heat. Then, the verdict came. It wasn't just a win. It was a restoration. The court ordered them to not only pay a significant fine for trespassing and damages, but to fund the replanting of mature, healthy oak trees, as close to the original size as was horticulturally possible. The day those new trees arrived on massive flatbed trucks, a crane gently lowering them into the earth where their ancestors once stood, I felt a profound sense of justice. It was a victory not just for me, but for anyone who believes that some things, like the sky filtered through the leaves of an old oak, are not for sale. It taught me that while some may try to cut down your world for their own benefit, true strength is about replanting, about fighting to make things right again, no matter how long it takes. Every time you see a tree standing tall against the odds, remember this story, and if it moves you, a simple like on this video would mean the world. Thank you for listening.